So this is going to be a tutorial on how to solo with Suna in dungeons in update 4. Suna being out, I think it's one of the best fruits to do solo dungeons with and pair it with a bomb and do dungeons with. It's kind of just like a Mara, but like worse than a Mara, but like it's still good because it has the attributes that it needs to be as good as a Mara. Um, For the most part, it's not that hard. At first, it's honestly for soloing, it might be even better than Mara in some situations. I think the only issue with that is you can just heat and like Firefly spam with the Mara over like this, where you kind of rely on you starting the round off a boss with Storm, and then doing a combo on the boss and just praying they die. In the 2 situation as well. Um, P.E.K.K.A.s can be an issue like with every single other boss, but they're not nearly as hard as this because you kind of chip off a lot of damage with Storm and Spada, and you can also potentially hit a Cutlass, but I doubt it. I mean, something like Hook with Dehydrate is so good. You can just use a Trident though if you don't have Hook. You do need Sword, so in those situations, Mara is just ever so better because you don't need as many resources to solo, I guess. But again, you do need Sword damage because your cooldowns are not long and are not short enough, and your damage isn't high enough for you to be soloing with just fruit moves against bosses. But for rounds, it's relatively easy, and you don't have to do much of anything. And because of the new changes to dungeons, where if you hold a move and block, they'll just start blocking. You have to wait for them to come to you, or your move is gonna let go, and you're just gonna die for grapple. You'll fight, making these runs kind of a joke, kind of for the most part, unless you miss the storm, which you have to be kind of closer to the floor. Unlike with Mara, where you have to be close, you can be wherever you want. Not too high up, but not too far low. I'm gonna show kind of how rounds are at the beginning. I'll show some examples of some just random waves, not later waves mainly, not too difficult. For some reason in this example, every single like boss, and I chose this map because it's not the easiest map like the other one, and it's not the hardest map, so you'll kind of get the idea. Most people don't even like doing Coliseum if they're solo, and I understand why. With this, you can do Coliseum solo. It just is a little annoying. And honestly, you're better off just doing, again, if you want the safest run possible, getting, what's it called? Getting Skype map, because if you get Skype map, you can kind of just cheese with Spada on the edges, so you can hit the bosses. And also get some storms off, and some railguns, I guess. It would be kind of slowish if you try to get the safe route. But if you really need to get the safe route and you don't think you're going to take them out, for instance, if you get a P.E.K.K.A., you want to play it safe, just, camp on the sides like most methods do. But you should be fine if you don't get one. Because you have Storm, unlike Mara, where you can just spam moves if you're in the sky and basically not die. With this, you kind of have to watch out because you don't have many air moves. You just have Storm. But you on the ground, you're fine. You can just block, Spada, block, just spam everything you got. If it's a 1v1, you can just, kind of do your moves and actually just melee the hell out of them, and you should kill them. Again, at constant P.E.K.K.A. bosses, so against those you should be relatively fine. I'll show the example on the screen. Every single boss round I had a P.E.K.K.A., so like every other boss is easier than a P.E.K.K.A., so should tell you that. It's more than well equipped for this. I think on the round 20, I didn't have a double Pico, thank God. I had a Pika and a Hiei though. I killed the Hiei one first because I don't know, I somehow did no more damage. But yeah, I don't know what's up with the Pika bosses, because the Pika bosses just kind of get stuck in the air until they decide to shoot. All your block button's like your best friend for these situations, because like, damn, if it's not good, because you can just block Pika's ult with Hockey, the new Hockey. You really want to get the new Hockey, by the way. If you don't have the new Hockey, get that. It makes your blocks like be chilling, because you can block for a long time and not have to worry about it. You can see the block breaks on Pika. Pika has like such like notable block breaks. It's just swords. You just dash to the left or right. You can get a Storm off or a Spada or a desert colorless, because when you hold a spotter, they'll just block. So throwing out the spotter is gonna be quite easy. Also, you can just desert colorless or colorless frenzy, and then combo into a dehydrate or something with hook, or impel with trident, or any cento, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, honestly, relatively easy to farm with. Just kind of sit there and there, throw down a storm. If you miss the storm, railgun, and you should get the win. It's one of the easier fruits in the game to solo with, and one of the faster fruits to solo with, mainly, compared to like Goro, Magu, things like that. And I guess, what's his name? Tori. I feel like Tori's maybe better. I don't know. You can argue it's better. I still think this is better because, for bosses, you're so much better off than Tori. For bosses, you're just gonna get smoked up unless you have a bunch in the sword, which you need. But you also need a decent amount of dough for you not to kill enemies. So I don't know. That's why I think that's this is better. But if you have Mara, get Mara. Honestly, Mara's so good for soloing. But yeah, this is just pretty easy, pretty good. You know, get some dough for 2 times low gives right now. If you're watching this on a Saturday or Sunday, you know, and you have for some reason have this already. Yeah, I don't know. I would for dungeons. Yeah, you should eat it. It's pretty good. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you.